What up? VC here. We are talking about a race where I got absolutely worked over by the Squadra Turin team. And look, I don't know why I do this. I spend freaking 4 hours putting together these outrageous graphics that I don't have to do. I mean, I literally think I lasted maybe 12 minutes. That was how long this race was. It's not much longer than the actual video itself. I pretty much show you just about the entire race because I just get whistle tipped so hard by these guys. This is the second race. Everyone in this race has already raced once except for one of the Turin guys, Matt, and he's at the bottom on that little graphic there as the green heart because everyone else is a little bit already fatigued. Like, we're not super fresh, but it's me. I believe his name was Nick from Specialized, and then 4 Turins who they did a really good job of teamwork, and they won the 2-3s. Hannah is also in this race. I don't have her graphic up there because she did not whistle tip me. She got dropped on the first climb, but she is like she is the strongest female around. I mean, she just is an amazing rider. So there's nothing against her. She just wasn't a part of me getting absolutely crushed. So I'm going to kind of show you just how well Turin Squadra used their team tactics to ensure them getting a 1, 2, 3, 4 podium. When you have 4 guys in a field of 6, you better do well, right? But they absolutely just do a phenomenal job. So we're going to talk about it. So we come to the turnaround, and this course is pretty simple. It's an out and back, and the roads are totally closed, but there's a little riser on this side, a little riser on the other side, and they send a guy off. Turin does. They send a guy off right away, okay? And I've got 2 on my wheel, and they basically always kept 1 or 2 guys on my wheel, and then had 1 or 2 guys chase anything or were attacking. So you can see right now that one of their guys is working, pushing wind, and then me and the Specialized guy are the other 2 pushing wind. Specialized guy realizes, dude, this is ridiculous. And he was pretty content with just not chasing anyone. He was just going to let things go and hope to maybe get on the podium. I didn't want to do that. I knew that there was no way I was going to win. So I might as well just see if there's some way I could do it in human effort. Or just play, dude. I'm here to play bikes, right? So, yeah, I could just let him ride away. But that's no fun. So I chase. And he made me work for it. Like, he put in his dig. And so you can see now, like with the graphics that I did, I've now burnt a match. And the little X is showing how many times we've burnt a match or the efforts made. Right? And again, Matt at the very bottom, Cat 1, he's green, dude. He is fresh. But you can see the power that I have to just claw back on and get onto his wheel. And he kind of ramped it up pretty good. So it wasn't like as soon as I got on his wheel, he shut it down. It was still pretty difficult. We hit the turnaround, and I am expecting nothing less than a counterattack as soon as he slows down. So then smash, Matt goes, he's their fresh dude, right? So they're going to flip-flop all their guys to keep them as fresh as possible. So I chase him down, and then as soon as I do chase him down, they send another guy, Chris, right? So now you can see that I have I've covered 3 moves, or I've made 3 efforts. They have done 3 efforts, but on 3 different guys. So you can see that right now we have completed 1 lap, and I'm not in a good situation at all, right? Like, I'm at this point, I think maybe I could do 1 more effort. And then shortly after that, this guy goes and he puts in a blazing attack. Now, this is the 4th attack Turin has done by the 4th other guy, right? They literally went in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I had to chase all 4 of those. And I went deep on this one, man. I mean, I went into the red when I was making these graphics, I thought I only went 3 times, but so I made a skull. It's like, what graphic do you represent after a black skull? So it's like a red skull. But I'm done. I have no more efforts. And dude, this guy's a really good climber. I believe his name's Christian. Dude, he was just like, oh my goodness. And then he has no draft. So I finally get on his wheel. I'm still pushing 400 watts. And look, I'm not trying to flex. Like, I'm not trying to show that I did anything amazing here at all. I'm trying to highlight how amazing those guys did. And you know, I've shown me getting on the podium, getting a yellow jersey, and doing some good power. So it's time to bring the channel back to real life. You know what I mean? So here goes Chris, and he does the second attack. So that's the 5th attack from these guys, and there's just no way I can cover that, especially on this part of the course, because it's so steep that even if I was able to get onto his wheel, it was most beneficial for him to make the attack at that point. And then I'm just thinking, well, I don't know what to do now. But Christian is actually pulling pretty decent, and there's a lot of racing left. So I'm thinking, well, if he's gonna ride this hard, you know, I'll sit on his wheel. And then Matt comes up and shuts it down. He goes, no way, dude. Sorry. You got to let this guy pull. And so since Christian had been making a big pull, I kind of throw in a little dig right here. But there's just no, I can't sustain anything. You know, I was thinking maybe it would pop one guy. But even if I got off the front, the thing is, they don't have to chase. They don't have to snap. I snap. And since they have 3 teammates sitting on my wheel, they'll just slowly kind of motor me back in. So I'm just smoked no matter what I do. So kind of at this point I'm deciding, are we just not gonna ride? And I was like, nah, dude, I don't want to do that. Look, I'm just gonna try to hold some kind of power and chase Chris down. But then Nick from Specialized, he goes, because he's pretty fresh, but dude, I don't have anything right now. And so then I'm going as hard as I possibly can, but I just don't have a match to burn to accelerate onto those guys' wheels. So I do what I can, hoping that I'll be able to get over the top of this little riser and, you know, just sort of TT my way back onto their wheels. And they've got 2 on my wheel, right? They sent one guy up with him. And the Turin guy that went with the Specialized, his job would be to do nothing, to do 0 work, just sit on that guy's wheel and discourage him from doing any work, which worked. And so then Specialized guy, the other guy in the red jersey, just kind of is like, well, dude, what am I supposed to do if I just hammer down right now? I'm just dragging this guy up. I mean, dude, whistle tipping hardcore. I do get back onto their wheel though, and I'm trying to think of a scenario that's going to be at all beneficial. Maybe me and the Specialized guy can kind of work together. And so I think at one point I did tell him, like, let's work together. So I go to the front and I'm thinking, well, at least I'm going to get a workout, right? I'm going to do some good power. I'm going to kind of hold decent, you know, threshold, something like that. And I don't think Chris can TT for another hour out there by himself. So if I just sort of hold this power, I think that I could bring Chris back. And if I do bring Chris back, maybe he'll be cracked. Maybe I won't get dead last. You know, I don't know. We're playing the game. But then that kid goes again, and then they send 2 off, but they still have 1 on my wheel. And it's like, well, dude, you know what? Yeah, this hurts. So I just sort of go as hard as I possibly can in that moment, but not because I can't burn a match. So I just slowly claw myself back on, because again, they're not going to help that Specialized guy at all. So Nick from Specialized is also getting the shaft here, but you can kind of see now that he's done 2 attacks. And I tell him right there, I'm like, dude, look, I'll blow myself up. I'm just going to get on the front. I'm going to run tempo. I'll chase Chris down. just don't attack. Let's kind of work together. And then he attacks me, like literally 1 minute after I told him that. So then he goes, and that's his third attack now. And they've always have someone on his wheel. So the guy on his wheel's not really burning any sort of matches. And at this point, you know, Nick kind of held it down, like he sort of kept the power going to get away from me. I've got 2 guys on my wheels, and if I don't go this pace, like if I don't go a chasing pace, they're just going to attack me and come around. So I'm maybe hoping that I will claw my way back onto those 2 up the road. Just thinking, dude, what if I could just pull a Peter Sagan type of mammoth effort and be a hero? That was just like in the back of my mind. Not going to happen. And there is some language about to happen. There's some F-bombs about to be dropped. If that's not your thing, beware. But so this is the last, I think this is the 3rd lap, and we're coming up the start finish, and I can see the guys, and they are slowing down a little bit, and so I'm giving a good effort to try to close that gap, but I am super in the red, and I really can't do any more watts than this. And then Turin literally plays it perfectly and attack me right there. And so, dude, that's how I got super whistle tipped by Turin at this CCX race. But hey, man, racing is fun. Who cares, right? Let's race our bikes. Let's have a good time. And I hope that you could be on the other end of this one day when you're on that team. As always, Vegan Cyclist. Yeah.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.